you see the last Reliving with the Warrior promo and Fast?
Oh my God, yo, the last. And you know what? I'm so glad that we can do these things with wrestling bios right now because I don't remember a lot of these moments. When he gave the forewarning and was like, just so y'all know, I have clipped this down into 3 minutes and I've taken all the pauses out. I'm thinking like this is going to be like a good 30 seconds or 1 minute of talking. This had to be a fucking 8-minute promo from the Ultimate Warrior. And I don't remember that. The only thing that I remember between Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan was Hogan going, I got visions, and you got Ultimate Warrior just doing a whole bunch of bullshit. That's the only thing that I remember from Warrior being in WCW.
I remember this debut only honestly flipping back and forth. And I don't know if I fully registered like, yo, he's still fucking talking, but it's like I was flipping back and forth through various segments of Raw, and that segment was still going on. Kind of experienced that before with the Tonight Show segment. That was the first time I realized, yo, they be talking forever on this show. Like the Tonight Show segment with Eric Bischoff had the fake Tonight Show on the side of Nitro set.
Yeah.
25, 30-minute promo. It would make Triple H feel like a fucking Taka Michinoku squash match.
So that was literally like a 15-minute, 20-minute joint that, and you heard bios go, oh yeah, they're definitely booing in the middle of this. Like that was something that was pissing you off. You go right straight back to Raw.
Yes. It honestly, that segment it had to push so many people back to Raw because it was like awfully long. So long. Like, so the same thing with the Warrior promo. It's like, yo, this is a moment. It's Warrior and Hogan in the ring, but it's like, yo, Warrior. You can see Bischoff getting annoyed on the side of Hogan too. He's like,
yeah.
He's doing a lot of this. He's like, yo, I wish I could yell cut, but I can't.
Warrior, god damn it! What the hell do you think you're doing? I got a better Bischoff than I think. Wow, that's crazy. I got a better Bischoff than I think.
Yes.
That is not bad. I'm gonna workshop my Bischoff just a little bit. But Recut Gems, welcome back, everybody. Another Black Print Patreon bonus here for everybody. MC alongside A Plus here to be able to talk about some things that we've been catching up for the past couple of weeks. Plus, I'm not gonna lie. Let me see you getting down for the past couple of days. I don't want to hit the Ted DiBiase, but some very good rooms that you've been in for the past couple of days.
Man, firstly, I think my boy Nails. He's the assistant program director, afternoon host at Power 107.5, 106.3 in Columbus. He got tickets for SmackDown in Columbus last Friday. And man, we were second row at that thing on the hard cam side. So if you don't know the hard cam for folks listening, that's the side that the wrestlers are playing to as far as the camera side. So it's like we're looking directly at the show basically. We're looking at on the hard cam side seat. So it's probably the best he's ever had at a show. And I was also saying to myself, like, I've done so much wrestling this month. It's insane. Like, I can't remember I don't think I've ever been to that much mini wrestling shows in 1 month.
Is it tiring you out yet?
I can't say because like I said, man, I'm extremely grateful and thankful for those seats. But man, it was like, wow. I'll tell you what tired me out, that drive back. That drive back from Columbus to Cleveland is no joke. It's 2 hours. And it's not like 2 hours is 2 hours, but it feels longer because there's not a lot of shit in between. It's like a lot of trees.
Is it just like a two lane joint?
No. So it's 2 lanes in between Cincinnati and Columbus.
Yeah.
And that shit at night is, oh my gosh. You have to
exactly.
stay awake. You have to force yourself to stay awake. But the road tired me out a little bit this weekend. Coming back yesterday, a little bit worn out. Caught the Davis and Garcia fight. Phantom fucking punch to the fucking liver, right? Like, geez, dog. I mean, he sat there.
Are you doing the Tin Man? You doing the Tin Man? You didn't think about it to that punch?
Think about it. I mean, dog. Phantom punch to the liver, fam. I'm not saying it was a worked punch. I'm just saying, like, yo, you barely fucking saw it, and you're like, he was staggering backwards, knowing he kind of the one he smoked, but then he got on bended knee like Boys to Men, and his nose is bleeding. Mm-hmm. Like, yo, he's bleeding off of a fucking liver shot. That's kind of crazy because, Garcia said he's going to take him out with a body shot. So, it's kind of karmic.
I try to think about the amount of times that you could get hit in the stomach. And I was asking some of my boys while we were watching the show as well. Like, I was like, they were showing all the legends, obviously. Mayweather was out there screaming. I don't have a good Floyd, so I can't give you a good Floyd.
All I got is Roger Mayweather, my trainer. Roger Mayweather. He was yelling in the gym.
That's a decent Floyd. Hold on. That's a pretty good Floyd. I don't know if I can get into a Floyd yet.
That's all I got.
And then they showed Mike Tyson, And he's hands up. He doesn't really look like he enjoys a lot of the limelight, as there's two fighters that are there right now. But I asked my boys, I was just like, yo, how much do you want for Mike Tyson to punch you just straight in the stomach? And it was multiple millions being discussed.
Yeah, have to be.
So now that the ending happens, I'm like, okay, so I'm not necessarily saying that Tank is Mike Tyson in a case, but then I saw the number that is 18 body shots. I'm like, okay, so if a nigga were to hit me with that type of strength 18 times, am I gonna drop to one knee and blood start rushing in my nose? And I said, the punch, I was like, okay, if he ate 18 of those, I can kind of see that happening. But the controversy was definitely that punch just grazing the side, and they just I can't breathe, and then they called it. So I don't know. I'm not boxing, man. So I'm definitely a guest in this household. But I don't know if that was a controversial night like how it was on Saturday night for a lot of the avid watchers.
Right. I just think that, it was a testament to the guy's strength. He really didn't see it. It didn't come across on TV as well. I mean, in the replay, it really didn't come across as like a staggering, damaging blow. It just looked like a body shot that caught him. He staggers backwards. 5 seconds later, he's on one knee. So, I can't. Like I said, I'm not a boxing man either. I don't know for sure, but I do know that he is one of the hardest hitting punches. You can see that easily throughout the entire fight.
I am still a little bit upset with you, though, because you said you made WWE Snapchat, and lo and behold, as you sang this is our theme song for the Usos, and you know it. Lo and behold, who did I see with a one to the sky? Not even the side, not even one of these little joints, not even the ones that they try and do on the side, like on some sneak tip. The arm was extended into the heavens. Who was that I saw on WWE Snapchat?
I got footage of me singing "Got Kicked in My Shit" in front of me, if that redeems me at all. And it is, I ain't gonna lie, it is kind of a sucker version. I was like, at the end of it. So
you petered it? Oh no,
man! I'll forward the footage. Yeah, I did put the one up with the bloodline is now in your city.
And that's all. You didn't boo, and you should have said, you know what else in the city? A kick to the nose, you bastard! You didn't do one of those.
I didn't say it's not a retain; it's a big job either. I'm kind of
you didn't get that off.
I didn't get that off. I'm kind of. I thinking back, I am kind of disappointed in myself because I should have did that at least.
Solo was staring at you. You don't have to tell us. I know it. I know it for a fact.
Hey, Liv was staring in my soul too, man.
Yo. That was crazy. That was you weren't sweating or stammering or anything like that. Like, it was definitely camera shaking. Yeah. But then again, we have stability on our iPhone, so your iPhone wouldn't have snitched. iPhone wouldn't have snitched on you.
I mean, it was It was a moment. I'll say that much. It was a moment. I'm lost for words, as you can see.
For listeners, you're going to be able to hear in the next around the halftime point of our Recut Gem special. A segment that completely, I'm a little bit embarrassed that I had to tap out. It was a strong crossface, not to bring up redacted, but it was one of them crossfaces that are like right at the nose right here. And you watch it on TV and you're just like, they have to tap. And then you're just like, I'm not gonna. And you just hold it for like a couple of seconds. But then you gotta tap because you know that the nose is about to break. It was one of those segments between A+ and I that completely threw me off, that I feel like it's gonna, I don't think anybody is going to be able to guess the answer once they hear this segment a little bit later in the show.
Like you said, it was like the crossface when the odds were against Triple H at WrestleMania 20, and he was just had him in the crossface and just, man, he wanted to hold on. He held on as long as he could, crimson mask face and all, and he just couldn't do it.
He's like, today's the day, God damn it. Well, 2003 was fun. Yeah, damn it, I gotta drop it to this bastard.
So he lost to the odds, and then Randy Orton beat the odds at SummerSlam, and it's history.
And then you get your thumbs down, you get your Batista moment, you get your WrestleMania 21. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to have my redeeming WrestleMania 21 moment. I would like to think that on the next time that we do this segment, I'm going to knock it completely out the park, but it involved a lot of different songs that we have heard from top stations. The good thing about having all these different archives is that all these radio stations and all of our favorite stations, whether you're on the West Coast, the East Coast, you're in the South, you're in the Midwest, everything is pretty much documented from a radio perspective. So you and I were going through some of the top hits, the top 10, 100, actually, no, not even top 10. We were specifying top 10, but it was literally a list of the top 100 songs that were being played in 2006 in 99 Jams. Today's episode is going to be a little bit before that. We're going to be talking about some things from 2003, and we're going to be talking about a pretty controversial topic, especially a controversial radio topic throughout today. But 2006 threw me for a fucking loop. If there's anybody that can guess this answer before you actually hear it around halftime, I don't know if we have if there's anything that can be provided, but you know what? I would be completely stunned if there's anybody that can get this answer by the time that you hear it.
I tried to set it up the best way I could. I tried to eliminate everything that I possibly could, and it's one of those records, man.
I wasn't thinking, but that's the okay. I can't spoil it. I can't spoil it. You're going to hear it, but radio wise, I think we also have plenty of things to talk about from a 2023 perspective. Because I'm not gonna lie, some of y'all online owe an apology to myself and A+ because we spent a couple of minutes out of our lives wasting time with some of these takes. And I don't know who to provide. I don't know who to pinpoint this take at. Whoever the first person was online to be able to have this take. But I'm pissed off. Who was it that said this damn AI song between Drake and The Weeknd was nice? I need to know names.
I don't know if it was, I don't want to get the naming folks and not be right. Yeah, I was so close. I was this close to doing it. But I've seen Ebro comment on it. I can't remember what he said though. That's what's bothering me.
Was he like, yo, this is what they need on her? What's my Ebro voice? I don't know if I can get in the Ebro bag. Yo,
I don't think I have an Ebro.
Her loss, man. If they had this on her loss, that shit would have been hard. That's a decent Ebro. I feel like I could workshop that Ebro.
Yeah. But here's the thing about that. There's a lot of Drake isms and Weeknd isms on that AI song that what's his guy named Ghostwriter, whatever his name is, produced the song. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of nothing. And it's a lot of people that I think aren't the biggest fans of Drake or biggest fans of Weeknd who are saying, see, so easy. A robot can do it. I knew it. See, it's no soul, no originality. Anybody could do. You can't do that with Brand Nubian. Can't do that with Wu-Tang. So, with that crowd, you're never going to please them. They're going to say whatever about the product. But for somebody who listens to Weeknd, for somebody who listens to Drake, such as us, we're like, all right, there was back in the day outside of Walmart, there used to be like, 50 cent Coca-Cola machine, 50 cent Pepsi machine, 25 cent Sam's Choice machine. Mm-hmm. That would be the latter. That's what the AI track is. It's Mountain Lightning. It's Dr. Perky. It's not the real thing.
And the worst part, I feel like a lot of the praise that was online for this song, if you have not heard this song yet, just like A+ said that there's a producer that was on TikTok. He said, I'm going to put together a record between Drake and The Weeknd. I'm going to make it sound like a Drake and Weeknd record. And I'm going to show you how well things are going between AI and music. And it's been a controversial topic. There's a lot of music faithfuls that just don't like this. And it's going to be a controversial topic. I would say for the next couple of months, it's kind of dormant right now because there's not anything that's like very damaging outside of Drake actually looking at the Ice Spice one and said, all right, y'all got one more of these before I start banning the hammer. And honestly, Drake, I don't blame you. I would not want to hear myself over Munch either. So I completely understand. But the record ends up blowing up in ways that a lot of the troll ones kind of haven't. There was the Jay-Z Ice Spice one that was kind of like, haha, that's pretty funny. Not like these can get any worse. And then there was the Drake Munch. And then there was Drake doing some other records. But now it's getting into a point where this record had to now be pulled by labels. I think the song was called Heart on My Sleeve. Here's the article that comes out from Billboard here. The stream count for Heart on My Sleeve translates to thousands of dollars, but since the track was pulled from platforms, its royalties may be withheld. So now we're actually talking about something that is specific money-wise to try and document or try and give towards somebody who has now put together this record. And I don't think the producer ghostwriter has actually even came out and said, yeah, I'm expecting the $7,000 or $9,000 that came from streaming and came from DSPs on this. But now we're going into a moment where artificial intelligence, and especially with records, is going to be tougher to try and pinpoint, to try and document. And I would assume from a radio perspective, this is going to be something that's a lot more challenging. You haven't gotten like any requests from some AI bot to say, hey, can you play this made up Drake and 21 Savage record that we have?
Nah, but I've been getting tweets for years from made up bots asking me to play Nicki Minaj records. So, you know, shout to the Barbs. But nah, not for an AI song yet. No, we haven't reached that point yet. And I hope we don't, because by the way, Ghostwriter, that shit was trash, fam. I know there's people that saying it was cool. Shit's trash, all right?
That's what I don't get. It be the people that say, yo, her loss is pretty ass. But then when they hear this Heart on My Sleeve, it's like, yeah, man, this is what should have really been on the record. And it's a base level, 4 a.m, groggy, tired Drake, and probably a bass first 5 minutes in the studio version of The Weeknd over a beat that he had Drake say, Metro on the beat, so you know that it's like something just so standard, where people are like, woohoo, fire! And I'm just like, why did I waste time with this? But now I'm glad that I kind of did, because this is going to be something that's going to be even worse for the next couple of months.
It just sounds like a hater's idea of Drake. Like, yeah, let me just input these lyrics. He's always talking about fucking 21. Let me put that in there. He's always talking about fucking slat. And make sure that's in there too. It's like, yo, this is just wrote from a hater's perspective, man. Clearly.
Billboard said those streams are worth real money too, and since streaming royalties are distributed on a pro rata basis, meaning an overall revenue pool is divided based on the total popularity of tracks, the royalties earned by Heart on My Sleeve is revenue that is then not going to other artists. Aside from the rights issues at play, that money underlines one of rights holders' key concerns around AI-generated music, that it threatens to take money away from them. From Heart on My Sleeve, the 1.4 million U.S. streams it received over 4 days were worth about $7,500, Billboard estimates, while the 2.1 million total global streams were worth closer to $9,400. Clearly, anything under $10,000, Drake probably puts in his fireplace. Like, yeah. I don't think it's going to be anything that Drake is going to be putting into legal actions as far as trying to get that money. But I would assume that these labels and some of these companies are not going to like the amount of people that are going to try and pull off fake records and try to generate these things on streaming. Like, it's different from blends. And even if blends had a little bit of a negative, not necessarily a negative connotation, but it was kind of enjoyed tongue-in-cheek from the blends that we had heard in the early 2000s, like 50 and Biggie, and people using Pac records, and any of those other posthumous albums from Pac and everything that we've heard, the Biggie duets, like those obviously get a tongue-in-cheek reaction, but it's completely different, I would say, than us having the direct ability to use an artist's voice and put together whatever the fuck we want and try and profit from it, monetize it.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. Ghostwriter trying to, get that 9,000 from those streaming services. They're going to hit his ass with the big Stephen A. What do you think? You're not getting that money, pal. Sorry, it's not happening.
And I don't want to be nervous about it. I don't want to be like the guy that's big tech and tech is on its way to destroy us all and the robots are going to melt us. Like, I've never been that guy in my childhood. I'm not that guy today. But I start thinking about how quick and how bad can this actually turn. Like, from a radio perspective, I would assume that there's so many human components that are still to radio that I don't think that this would ever be something that becomes an overtaking, where you'll hear your usual Billboard records and all the other records that get spun on radio, and then you'll have your abundance of AI stuff that just makes its way. Like, there's another one that's going out right now. I think somebody had the Weeknd cover Kevin Little, Turn Me On, and on TikTok, yeah, it's fun. It's cool. It's cool to hear from my lovers will be jamming in a party and you whining on me. Like, I don't think there were many people a couple months ago that were expecting Weeknd to cover Mario Winans. Obviously, that's a real record, but it's cool online until you actually start entertaining how many people are going to try and pull this off from a DSP perspective. But maybe it's me just trying to prepare for the worst like a year or some kind of instance where, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, Apple Music and Spotify start providing you an option to take this artist's voice, take this track that's on our database, obviously the hundreds of millions of records that we have, combine them for fun, see how it plays. And I think that would just be the base of that. I don't think they would ever allow you to share it. I don't think that, I honestly don't know how bad this could end up getting.
Yeah. I think that's the thing we're all kind of afraid of is what will this lead to? You know, when you speak of radio, it's like AI news reporters, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's kind of terrifying. But like you said, I'm not fully afraid of the future. It's like, you know, we got to, of course, make sure we do this the right way. I don't know what the right way is. And, you know, I don't think that, like you said, I don't think that doomsday is imminent because of AI. This is 2006. This is the number one song on 99 Jams playlist in 2006 in Miami. And it's not pop. It's not reggae. It's not rap. Technically, it's not R&B.
Who was out 98 and came back 06 with a record? But you said it's not pop, so it can't be Timberlake.
Nah.
And I would not expect that to kill 99 Jams like that.
And they're saying release date's 2005. I mean, so maybe it came out like late 05 and just ran, you know, 06.
Like late 05 and ran 06?
This is to this day, an auntie classic. Mom maybe be a classic.
Auntie classic?
Oh, big time. Big time. That's why I say I'm surprised it wasn't on Hot 105, but
it's not Cupid Shuffle.
No, I can't say you're close because it's not exactly.
Because he wasn't out.
It's on the same cookout playlist, though. It's on the same cookout
playlist. Okay, yeah. So it's not. So in the same vicinity of a Cupid Shuffle, it can't be Wobble. Wobble was 07, 08. No, Wobble's like 08. Yeah,
and like I said, this guy, I'm giving away when I say this guy. This guy is not exactly an artist. He's more of an orchestrator.
This is fucking tough. I really want to use the cheat sheet. Okay, I'm going to use one cheat sheet.
All right, cool.
I'm going to go on Apple Music. I'm going to look at hip hop R&B hits 2006.
But see, it might not be on it because it's not hip hop or R&B.
It's not hip hop or R&B.
It's not pop and it's not reggae.
It can't be Gnarls Barkley.
No, but that's a great fucking answer though.
A great guess.
Yeah, that's a great.
Yeah, that could have been it. 98 came back.
That's a great fucking guess. Nah, seriously, that's a great guess.
Okay, but, so then,
I'm telling you, it's so left field though, man. It's more left field than that because, like I said, it reaches from young to old. It's like one of those 8 to 88 songs, man.
And you said it's a guy 8 to 88. Fuck, I don't think I'm gonna get this. Hold on. It can't be that. And you already said it's a guy, so all the girls are eliminated.
Yep.
98 to 06. And he's a composer more so an artist.
Exactly. I was going to compare him to somebody, but I'm like, nah, it's gonna give it away.
This is fucking me up. He said it's ballad, so it could be a DJ.
He's an ad-lib guy. He's an ad-lib guy all day long. He's
an ad-lib guy? Okay, hold on.
Big time ad-lib guy.
So I'm looking through all the DJs. I got Chipman, Chose, Class, Clue, Drama, Darrell, Envy. Envy? Nah, I can't be Envy. Esco, Felly Fell, Green Lantern, Jazzy Jeff, K-Slay, Khaled, Cool, Laz, Lilman, Megan Wright, P Cutter, Premier.
I would say different bag because once again, it's not hip hop.
It's not hip hop.
It's not R&B. It's not pop. It's not reggae.
And he's more so a producer. Was it Timbaland?
Nah.
What? It's not Timbaland?
He's more of an orchestrator than a producer. He's more like, you know, he leads the way on the track. You know what I mean?
God damn it.
Like the spirit animal for the artist on the tracks. You know what I'm saying?
The spirit animal. I cannot believe this is fucking me up this bad.
All right, you ready?
I want to give up, but I don't know. Oh my God. How can I not get this? Miami 99 Jams 2006. Not rap, not barely R&B, not pop, not reggae. He's not a rapper. He's not a producer. He's an orchestrator, and it's not Khaled.
This song is super safe. If you had aunties, sisters, your mom all in the car together, It's super safe. This is
I
like
cannot believe I
sing
don't
along
fucking
Johnson Family Vacation type of song.
Johnson Family Vacation type shit. Number one,
I mean, like, everybody's singing a song. I mean, no real correlation to the movie, but just think like you're on a, you know what I'm saying, you're going on a summer vacation and this song goes on the radio and the whole car is singing it.
If there's anybody listening right now that knows this, please let us know before you drop it in the if you're listening to it right now, drop it in the comments. Let us know. Let us know on Discord. Let us know on Twitter before we actually drop this answer. Literally pause the show right now and drop the answer before we play this. This has been one of the more. We have to run this segment back because this just fucked me up. This just fucked me up. Okay, I'm tapping out.
Number one song.
I don't want to tap. That's the thing. This is like the biggest crossface, and I don't want to tap. You know how they hold the hand and they're like, I do not want to tap right now, but I have to tap.
This is March, April. It was a big song for them, and it looks like March, April, May, June. Yeah, so it ran that part of the year. But this is, like I say, he's an orchestrator. So when you hear, you're gonna be like, "Oh fuck!" Of course.
God damn it! Okay, I tap. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way it was perfect.
Number one.
Ain't no. And you know what? You did hear this millions of times in South Florida. That's crazy.
What? For real?
Yes. The Kirk Franklin bag. If there was a time that X1023, like X1023, there would be moments where they don't play hip hop. And they would have like their little segments where they do have their little Sunday segments or Monday joints or things like that. Especially going to school, Ricky Smiley morning show, all that shit. Yeah. God damn it. I wasn't thinking gospel.
I tried to eliminate them all.
If you told me gospel, I would have guessed it. If you told me gospel, I would have guessed it.
I know, man.
Oh, damn it. How did I not? That was a good segment. Thankfully, we've been playing a lot better stuff than some of these AI records that we've been talking about for the past couple of minutes. Shout out to those that have tapped in towards the Recut Recs. Shout out to big shout out to Johnny Barnes, who had tapped in to the Becoming when we talked about it on the last episode of Recut Gems. These Recut Recs are hitting pretty well, man, I must say.
Yeah, no, shout to John, man. Shout to Johnny Barnes, man. He's one of my favorite dudes in the Discord, man. He got
the big dog.
Yo, he got the clip of our guy carrying cross doing the that is like one of the funniest things in my life right now. So shout out to Johnny Barnes, man.
I'm just so confused. I don't know what. And this match is from a couple of months ago. This isn't even anything recent. Karrion Kross was about to, I think, damn near he choked Drew McIntyre out. And he's like, I told you I was going to do it to you. I told Drew is lifeless. I told you I was going to do it to you. I'm like, nigga, could you? And then he turned around and I think he got Claymore straight in the face and lost the match. I'm like, Karrion, what the fuck what are you doing, bro?
Open palms, like he's praising. This is funny, man.
It's kind of like Booker T-ish. It's kind of like
raising the roof a little bit.
I don't know about you. I haven't had a chance to say this yet, but that nigga is stealing my sauce. And you know what we do to niggas who steal sauce, Vic.
Yeah, he gonna find out the reality of wrestling is him on the outside looking in and not on the inside looking out, because I'm gonna call and get a copyright strike against Karrion Kross.
Hold on, Buck, how are you gonna do that? Oh, that's not terrible, Vic. I'm sorry, Vic. I didn't mean to make that so high.
You ain't never heard of a DMCA complaint, Vic?
Now, wait a minute. We're gonna have to revisit what you meant by stealing sauce. Whoa! Into the cover.
Oh, Dijak.
Dijak, you too big of a boy to be doing that, Dijak.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Somersault plancha. That is one move that I've never tried to experiment with, Vic. I feel like I would be on my top dollar shit and bust my ass.
Well, hold on, Booker. Hold that thought. We're going to picture in picture and some shit USA commercials come on. Like the worst shit they got. What is it about USA's Tuesday commercials, man?
Going on.
Dog, there's a difference between Monday Night Raw commercials and NXT commercials. They're developmental commercials, okay?
They be having the commercials for fucking shingles and shit on Tuesday.
Oh, you're going to get a platinum hover round commercial during NXT. You never know what you're going to get.
But this episode, Recut Rec, is a little bit of tread music, homie. This is back before this shit got, how did they call it, commercialized and institutionalized for a lot of you suck-ass, duck-ass niggas that made this shit something that it ain't.
I think we'll wrap shit up for you niggas.
I was seeing you getting ready for something. I was like, I don't know what he's gonna bring in, but you hit the because you can't what it is. I think I'm gonna rap straight up for these niggas. Nah. Everybody want to be the king of the side.
Oh my gosh, man! But you know what? 2003, the ascent of T.I. It had to. You have to start it with the Never Scared remix, right? You've got to start with not the remix, excuse me, the original version, Never Scared.
I'm about to say, what was this? How did this verse start on Never Scared? I don't remember.
I ain't bad. I know kids no ass or take shit. I'm a grown man. Find you somebody to play with.
The only thing I remember from Never Scared is, hey, yo, front, back, side to side. Never let a punk ass nigga slide, dog. You a dead man. That mean dead meat. I've been on Wall Street, Beat Street, Greg Street. I style with your hammers. I wow with your nana. Doggy style on the ham. When he said doggy style on the hammer, even as a 12-year-old, I'm like, that sounds insanely uncomfortable. Would never ever. You get ripped apart. That's different dog. You kids ain't smart. Pop, 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 pop. Been a nun. There's something. There's several strips. Not from Houston, but shit. Wow. Actually, I did not. I swear to God, I did not plan this. But as we talk about not from Houston, but shit, call me Lil Flip. That actually does remind me.
It ain't my business to say.
Whose business?
What did he say? He said, it ain't my business. When he had them damn golds in his mouth on beef, he's like, it ain't my business.
The big ass golds?
Yes.
It was an era that kind of kicked off my it was an era that kind of kicked off my it was an era that kicked off my time here in the South that I wasn't too sure about at first. Because admittedly speaking, coming in here Christmas 2003, it's going to be 20 years at the end of this year. I wasn't really feeling it. Coming from the tri-state area and making my way down to South Florida, I did not know what I was here for, but 103.5 The Beat actually started off my first moments in wanting to hear a lot more Southern records and realizing, wow, I'm really in the South. As we talk about T.I. and Lil Flip, the two records are Rubber Band Man and This Is the Way We Ball by Lil Flip. I wasn't positive of how much more I was going to hear from that in that early 2004 area. By that time, Way We Ball was already 2 years old. But, you know, on the radio, you could hear plenty of different things, especially from the South. South Florida loved so many things from Texas, so many things from Georgia. We didn't even have the big Florida Renaissance until like 2 years after that. So the 2006 Renaissance didn't even happen until like 2 years later. But having those two records kick off the Southern moment for me until Crunk Juice happened. Crunk Juice was one of the best things that I ever heard in the South at that point in time.
Yeah. I can imagine hearing Crunk Juice in South Florida. That's crazy.
Crunk Juice in South Florida had nothing but 12-year-olds and 13-year-olds. When you fall up in the club and them niggas want a mug, when you step up to the most, what they gon' do? Shit! What they gon' do? Shit! What they gon' do? Shit! What they gon' do?
What you gon' do? Ain't no I say or something with the Pitbull verse.
Ain't all I say shit! Ain't all I say shit! That was the Lil Chico Pitbull. That was definitely a different side of Pitbull.
Damn it, man.
Somebody got floored in that video. I can't remember that TBT era. Somebody got floored in that video. I can't remember. That was the big TBT era.
Yes.
But man, that's the main thing that I remember about trap music. Rubber Band Man kicking off one of the things I was like, I could get down with a lot of these things that are happening in the South. And by that time, trap music ends up blowing up. 24s was probably out by the time that happened. I want to say 24s was before Rubber Band Man, if I must say, if I do recall.
Yes.
So I didn't hear that as of yet. And before we even moved to Florida, I did not hear. I can't remember hearing 24s in Connecticut. So
yeah, it wouldn't have happened. If I wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Did you get Hot 97 and Hot 93.7 in the area?
I'm trying to remember what was the Connecticut rap station, and I truly don't remember. So usually we were trying to tap into Hot 97, and I'm pretty confident that we could listen to Hot 97 in Connecticut. I don't think it was something that I was like, I had to scope online and take a look for the Hot 97 link. I don't think it was there yet in Connecticut. Florida, yes. We had to camp out for Hot 97 links and hold them down so that none of them got pulled by the time the Hot 97 was like, all right, let's not give everybody this era anymore. Let's actually give them the live radio for now.
Yeah, I remember those days. The underground streams, the Hot 97 were fun. Those are the days. But oh man, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, so no, Hot 93.7 in Hartford didn't come around to like 2001, I want to say.
Oh, one.
Yeah.
The main thing that I remember about a rap station in Connecticut, they were actually playing Eminem Bully on the radio. And that was one of the few times that I actually heard Bully outside of it being a record that you heard on whatever Green Lantern tape and things like that. Like, that was how hungry people were for Eminem in that 2002, 2003 area, that people were playing a fucking diss record on the radio.
Oh, they were playing Hail Mary on the radio. Crazy in DC.
They're playing Hail Mary?
Oh, big time. They played that joint like all weekend, the weekend it came out. Like, DC radio was playing the fuck out of it.
Wow, that's crazy. I can't remember if I heard Hail Mary. I do remember Bully, though. But from a trap music perspective, that blown up, and then obviously in South Florida, a big record was "Hey, let's get away and get a room on the other side of town." Hey, baby, I'm thinking of you. And then the big controversial record that was out here in South Florida that we actually have talked about on Recut Gems before, the Kanye West produced "Doing My Job," very, very big classic that T.I. had, that clearly Rick Ross had beforehand, that made its way into the hands of T.I., that put Rick Ross on the couch with a Cleveland Cavaliers jersey and had him go, "Fuck T.I., nigga."
Classic.
The big classic record.
That is crazy, man. The most I remember about trap music is that as my first commercial radio internship. Yeah. And one of my big homies now, he gave me trap music. Like, it was the promo copy. He just, they got plenty of CDs just laying around. So he's like, "Huh, you want this?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, it's T.I. T.I. Yeah, and this is like a week before trap music came out too. Promo CDs, that's how I figured out. Once I started working at the radio station, I'm like, oh, this is how albums leak. They're sending them to like radio stations and DJs 2 weeks before the street date. Mm-hmm. So that's how like albums were leaking left and right. I mean, I'm not just saying it was just the DJs and radio's fault, but these copies of albums are going into so many people's hands. If there's just radio, there's other industry people that have these copies as well. So it's nothing to get your hands on, an album before it drops. So yeah, I was happy to have that before we hit the streets, and I went back to the neighborhood. It was like, haha, y'all want to listen to this new T.I. album? Then
he was haha. Wow, you were flexing it.
But I mean, a day or two later, it was already out. So it was like once again, we're in that era, So that's what I remember.
And that turned him into the Southern Jay-Z, homie. Anybody got a problem with it, y'all nigga can say something fresh to me. And then by that time, we had Down with the King between himself, live and direct straight to the A-Town nigga, West Side Bankhead nigga, Zofa Grand Hustle Pimp. You say I'm mad, huh? Yo, redacted. Ass gonna be mad in a minute. Sit sad, nigga.
Oh man, having Scarface in the mixtape were like just hum kindly. Was he kindly shitting on Flip? Like kindly though? It wasn't like
Scarface is the king of the South. Pussy nigga, shut the fuck up. I'm cool with Face. I mean, he know that you a sucker. I said, guys, do we have to do this? I mean, honestly. No, but the biggest low blow, obviously there are a whole bunch of low blows, but the low blow that I was like, all right, come on, was then he played, "And I'll adore you. I treat you like milk. I'll do nothing but spoil you."
It's an all-time bad line. It really is like up there, but it's kind of like classic now. It's like it's
Sunshine of Classic. It's Sunshine of Classic. 20 years later, is Sunshine a classic?
Yeah, you know why I would say that? Because Tyga and Jhené Aiko just remade it. Like,
oh yes, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if they doing that, can you hate?
That is true. Flip doesn't have too many moments like that. I don't see too many people flipping Game Over. Travis had his moment with Al Farrow when he did I Can Do That, and he put that in. I think he put that in Drive or something like that. And I think somebody else just flipped. Oh my God, who was it? Wes Denzel. Shout out to Wes Denzel. He flipped I Can Do That, but he definitely taps in a lot of his Houston culture already. So he already knows what that is. But I would like to see, here's the thing about these 2000 rappers, man. Thing that we talk about these 2000 rappers. We had just brought up Chingy being the #1 record in 2003. a lot of these things just end up being tongue in cheek. But back then, I did enjoy a lot of Lil Flip. I wasn't tapping into Clover G's. I'm not gonna say I was a Clover G's nigga.
Yeah, I was listening to I met that dude that's on the Beef DVD too. Was it Al Capone or something like that? Whatever.
ALKAPONE, right?
Yeah. The real Al Capone.
Yeah.
He was like when T.I. said something. Well, those two dudes right here. Yeah, like that guy. Like I met him. He was with Lil Flip. But yeah, man, I enjoyed Right There. I love One Call Away to this day. It's an amazing song. This is not like a, ironic pick. These are good songs.
So you said you was with your mama Bank America,
cashing
a check. So you asked out of respect, would you like to explore the world? Like, blah, you can fly in my jet. Reply was, yeah. Can I ask you something? I seen it in a ride, mama looking like all I wanted was sex.
Also, another great album, 2003. Lil Kim, La Bella Mafia, man.
That's what you've been tapping into this week? Hey, that's a fire Recut Rec.
I listened to that album not too long ago. Came Back For You is fire. I want to say Kanye produced that.
He did.
I love the song with Styles P get in touch with us at the time. I worked at the high school radio station because I was in the radio broadcasting and journalism program, and I played Get in Touch With Us on the radio, man. I never forget that shit. I was like, yeah. I cleaned it up myself. It's nowhere near a radio song, but I have the freedom to do this. So
you didn't have the radio edit, so you had to say touch and then just put it over the
like fuck is like off, the reverse thing. And it's just ish.
Oh, can't off.
Yeah, I do all of that. I had to take the sweet time to edit that song, but it was worth it though. I had to play it on the school radio station, which is unheard of. But La Bella Mafia was a good album though. I liked it way better than the Naked Truth that got 5 mics.
Oh man, the 5 micer. I didn't even realize. I haven't even touched the first Recut Rec that we had of the 5 mic albums. I said that I was going to try and listen to it from a different perspective because I did it when I was 13, 14. Those are clearly different eras than I have at 32. I said I was going to do it again. I haven't started. Actually, I did. I've only done one album. It's that De La Soul album that we covered.
Okay.
Just that one album. The other lists, the other albums that are on that list have not touched it. I'm going to eventually do it. If anybody wants to join me on the journey, I'm going to eventually do it. But the only one that I've done is that De La Soul album. I don't know how I'm going to feel about Naked Truth. La Bella Mafia is clearly way better than Naked Truth. And Lighters Up is talked about ironically because, some people love it, some people don't.
I was just like, time. Like I was like, whatever at the time. I think I like by the time I heard Lighters Up, I probably already found out that they got like a 5 mic rating because it was like the hype was so everywhere.
Yeah,
he was going into jail, but still going to prison rather. But yeah, I didn't like that with my niggas pull triggers. Whoa. In the club we popping bubbly. The fuck out of here, please. Hated
she had Cat Williams on it. She had Cat Williams. I heard she dead broke. I heard she sniffing coke. Shut up, bitch. That was an odd. You were shaking your head at that.
I was like, 5 mics? I was like, for real? That's what we doing? Oh, I couldn't buy it, man. I remember seeing a CD. It had like remember the stickers that come on albums, like, the new album with featuring Lil Kim.
Yeah.
They had the 5 mics on the fucking cover. I was like, stop it. Just sell the album. Fuck the hype.
And it was right before she went to go to jail. And that was the big selling point, big talking point.
Big time.
But La Bella Mafia, 10 times better. She's elbow dropping Eve, elbow dropping, who else was she elbow? Foxy
caught it. Yeah, just a great time. I mean, we always talk about, of course, when you talk about 2003, you talk about Get Rich or Die Trying, you talk about Speaker Box, Love Below, you talk about the Black Album. But there were more albums. Yeah, Speaker Box. There were more albums, and I'm glad we got to highlight trap music because that's beyond a seminal album for that era. It kicked off, I would say a certain strain of T.I., Jeezy, and Wayne, with Wayne already being out, but of course his career pivots to another and goes to another level the next year, starting with the first Carter. So it just kicks off an entire era, in my opinion.
I honestly still don't think that T.I. gets the superstar credit that I feel like he should get in between that 2004, 2008 era. Like, obviously ATL, huge movie. I think you would ask out of 100 people, I would say 90 something are going to tell you that that's a classic and they remember where they were and how music sounded and all that stuff, especially if you're in Atlanta. I would assume that you would know a whole lot of that at that time. The 2 jail stints did not help anything for T.I.
That's what I was about to say. That's the thing that derailed T.I. from being at a certain stature where, in my eyes today, I feel like people actually put Jeezy over T.I. when it comes to like importance and stature and impact and all of that significance, whatever you want to say. I'm like, yo, were y'all not around from 2003 to 2008? Like, this guy was top of the top.
Paper Trail was such a pop moment, a rap moment.
Yeah.
And then, everything happens as far as him going back to jail. So then you have to prepare for a year and a day.
Yeah, that U-turn killed him. That U-turn killed the momentum for sure.
Yeah. After a year and a day, I was like, all right, we'll see T.I. in a year. Like, he'll be okay. He did good with the beef with Shawty Low. Nothing happened with the Ludacris beef. I think there was a third beef that he had at the time. And I was like, all right, T.I.'s pretty good because Paper Trail is doing so crazy. He's going to do a re-release. And then he turns himself in like 2009. He does his year and a day. I'm like, okay, time to get back on track. Then the U-turn happens. And I'm like, nigga, what the fuck? That's when No Mercy was all black and white.
Yeah, he was
and he had what's worse is the Chris Brown, hello out there, can you hear me? And it was fresh off Rihanna. I was like, T.I., I don't know what we're doing right now, but this is a Hail Mary. I can't guarantee you're going to be this nice in the next year that you're going, or whatever couple months that you have to do after that, but I cannot guarantee you anything, T.I.
He should have got OJ on the outro. Just go all the way. You know what I'm saying? You got, you know what I'm saying? Just get OJ
hello out there.
You know,
hello me. This is damn, I can't even remember how the hook went.
Take care, y'all. When he said that.
T.I., hope you do good in jail. Couldn't be me though. Take care.
Take care, y'all.
He goes on that fucking scooter. That bullshit ass scooter they be riding around that damn golf course. That bullshit. Come on, man.
Orenthal.
I was about to say poor Orenthal. I'm not saying poor Orenthal. Holy shit. Please correct yourself, Mark. We'll leave you with those. We'll leave you with those for the Recut Recs. 2 great albums that hopefully you tap into. We'll see you again in another 2 weeks for another Black Print bonus of Recut Gems. If you got, I hope nobody lies. Don't lie to me and say that you got the segment right. If you did, I'm calling cap. And you know what? I'm just gonna say prove it. That's it. I'm just gonna say prove it.
That's it.
Prove it.
You know,
just show your homework.
Right. Show your work. Show your
work in you getting the segment right from Plus, because I feel like Plus is gonna be able to get me again, but I'm gonna get the next segment right. I don't know what imagery we're gonna have for this segment, but hey, I'm getting my lick back. I will say that.
Guess the hit. Guess the ranking. I don't know.
Guess the hit.
Guess the hit. I don't know. We have to figure this out.
Yeah, we'll think of everything for the next 2 weeks.
You know, we'll figure it out.
Till then, we will see you on another Black Print bonus for the month of May. Holy shit, April's already over. But you know where to tap us in. You know where to tap in with us. My man MC on Twitter. A+ on Twitter as well. A_+ I should say, excuse me, on Twitter and Instagram as well. And we'll have plenty of other things to talk about in the world of Recut Gems. So until then, we will see you then. Peace.